hug his neck right now, kiss him right in the mouth. Yeah, bro, that was a road trip,
So how did you get to Carolina? How did you get to Carolina? Who sent you out there?
John Shaw, the guy that trained me, sent. Well, I was supposed to go.
Right, that guy. Okay.
I wasn't supposed to go. That Johnny McBrown was supposed to go, but he tired out. He didn't go. He got scared and didn't go. And I was waiting. I was itching. I was ready to go. I said, "Let's go."
Did Gene Lewis have a hand in training you?
Gene Lewis. Okay, Gene Lewis, Charlie Fulton, and you remember this bunch, Gerald. Charlie Fulton, sweetheart, good,
great guy.
Gene, great. These guys, brother, were there jobbers, and I was a greenhorn. Okay, and I mean, I had to go through all the ribs. I had to go through, and it's hard for me to remember because they took me in. Okay, in other words, I was trained by a guy that wrestled. His last match was probably in the 50s. And I thought not a tackle, but a backdrop. Okay, you know when you go call a back, you shoot the guy off, you bend over and you flip him up, and he goes over and lands on his back. No, that ain't the way we was. No, that ain't the way we was trained. The guy shoots you off. The guy running hits you and gives you and flips you over. Now, keep that in your mind. Me and Charlie Fulton's in the match. He calls a backdrop. Okay? I'm thinking he's going to backdrop me. He's thinking that I'm going to backdrop him. And, brother, we meet in our head. Bang! Down we went. Just damn near knocked me out. Don Canoodle and Rocky Canoodle. What was the cowboy that owned the
Nelson Royal.
Nelson Royal. Sam Houston come in years later, but them guys took me in, brother, and they taught me the way to call a match, and they retrained me on the job, and we all them places were sold out up there. We didn't have nothing to do with selling them out, but we had some hellacious talent in there. The Briscoes, Flair, had Roddy Piper, Greg Valentine,
it was hot.
Senior.
It was hot. Yeah.
Oh, brother, the Andersons, and I was making 15. I was making 15, $2,000 working. You worked every day, but we didn't want a day off. We didn't want a day off because you work every day up there, brother. In the beginning, Crockett would pay you $50 a shot, okay, and try to run your ass off when you knew there was more money in the house than a $50 payoff. But and then the next week you'd make $2,500, $3,000, and then he'd send you to Canada. You go to Canada, and you didn't get paid for that. You didn't get paid for Canada until you went up there the next time.
Right.
You just ate it. Me and Superfly Jimmy Snuka. I was completely down and out. I had paid my rent at Days Inn, which was $300, and that include everything, by the way. $300. That includes your dadgum phone, everything. So the boys screwed that deal up. But Jimmy Valiant, Snuka. We looked on the booking sheet, and Snuka said we're in every town. You just come on over to my house, lock everything up over there. Come on over to my house. Jimmy put me up for 2 weeks. So we got paid. We got back to Canada. I got paid for Canada and got paid for 2 weeks working for Crockett, and I stayed. Otherwise, this wouldn't even be happening. So that would have been the end of me. But Jimmy Jimmy Snuka helped me tremendously. Roddy Piper helped me in more ways than I can explain. Piper, I seen a girl coming out of there's a restaurant up front of the Days Inn, and I seen a girl coming out of there, and we're sitting there waiting on Greg Valentine, me and Piper, right? And of course, Piper done hit me with a shot of cocaine off the end of a key. And I said, "What is?" I didn't know nothing about this stuff, that kind of stuff. But he opened your mouth and hit. I said, "What the heck? What was that?" You know. And I looked at that girl coming out. That girl was coming out of the restaurant there. And I said, "Hey, Piper, you see that girl right there?" He said, "Yeah, I see her." And I said, "That girl right there, I'm gonna marry, and she's gonna have my kids." And he said, "Yeah, right." Well, I didn't know that Bonnie was chasing after Piper. Okay, and it was actually Piper's girlfriend. All right, but I didn't want to say that because Piper's got a wife in Portland or somewhere up there. But anyway, they were friends. Okay, and he said, "Oh yeah," I said, "Yeah, that's right." And I married Bonnie, and me and Piper worked an angle on Bonnie. It went on for like 3 months. Piper was kicking at her dogs and cussing her dogs and acting like he trying to hurt her dog. He loved them dogs, but he was she hated my guts. I was drunk. I thought she told me they would come down and get an apartment at Days Inn on every weekend. And Bonnie was like the I want to say that the head of the arena rats. And well, she was, and I knew she was. All right, but she threw me out 5-6 times out, and I kept coming back. I had Joshua, and we got married. And we stayed married for almost 32 years, and she died 14, 15 years ago. And but just nicest, sweetest heart of them all. But Piper, he's the one that pretty much done. He put us together, and which was, I think I'd hug his neck right now, kiss him right in the mouth. Look,